Hello and welcome back to Tottenham Career Mode, where actually we have a pretty straightforward episode today. I want to start off by showing you the calendar. We only have 5 games this month so far, depending on if anything else gets rescheduled. We did bow out of the Carabao Cup in the last episode, so that's one thing we won't be having kind of, pad out our schedule, thankfully. This episode, we do have games against West Ham, Crystal Palace, Anderlecht, Newcastle United, and Chelsea. We'll only be playing 3 of those. So it'll be West Ham to start off the episode. We'll have Anderlecht in the Europa League, and then we'll be ending up the episode by playing away at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. So we do have stacked yet simple episode coming up, and I hope you enjoy it. If you're liking this series so far, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like so that we get that lovely, delicious, coveted engagement that YouTube loves. Make sure you're leaving comments down below. We're still looking at some center backs to bring in, world-class center backs to try to bolster the lineup just to get as much good talent in here as possible. So I'm going to need some suggestions on that. Speaking of which, I do have a bit of a surprise I want to show you that I just discovered while looking through some center backs from our scouting reports. So let's go look at that real quick, and I want to show you what I found. So as you can see, I've been a little busy going through and trying to scout some different center backs. I have everything from Joe Gomez to Rafael Varane to every overpowered FIFA Ultimate Team center back that you could possibly think of. But there's one little one down here that I want to show you that might be a little unexpected. A free agent. He's a free agent apparently. Sergio Ramos, formerly of Real Madrid. So at the age of 36, it is our last season, so why not? We can sign on a free a 85 rated Sergio Ramos. And since chemistry is not a thing in FIFA career mode, I'm gonna go ahead and sign him for only between 76 and 105,000 pounds a week. Let's go ahead and get that done. That'll help bolster our higher rated center backs for sure. And that'll get us some extra cup coverage when we're doing that and when we start to get into the thick of some of the matches like in December and January. Reasonable offer. Welcome to the club, Sergio Ramos, and the most unrealistic signing that we could possibly have done. We brought on Sergio Ramos, and all I can say is welcome. We are stacked at center back and CDM. Again, so we'll put I guess we'll take Upamecano and put him on the bench. No, maybe? Question mark? Let me work that around and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna do something a little bit weird. Ramos is actually gonna be my backup center back coming off the bench in some cases. And Upamecano, I'm gonna actually play him out on the wing. He has the pace and he has the size. So I think he'd actually make a decent wing back for sure. And he has more defending than Serge Aurier does. So we'll experiment. We'll put him out on the wing and maybe use him to give Ricardo Pereira a rest or 2 as needed. Go ahead and we'll save that. And after all that interesting development, we're going to go into this game against West Ham. We are 7th place in the table with a game in hand on the teams ahead of us. With a win here, we could go up to 5th. Let's go see how we do, and let's go with our first match. So we'll go ahead and skip all the cutscenes that they usually do up at the top, and we'll get straight to the lineups. You know our normal lineup. We're not doing any sort of rotation at all. That's a typical thing that we're doing, because we're trying to win the league, and I need all the fresh, good blood up at the top that I can get. West Ham are doing their normal 5-4-1. That's okay, 5-4-1. They got Fabianski at the back with Oliveira, Balbuena, Pizzella, Reed, and Buta as their back 5. Felipe Anderson, Souček, Rangier, and Under are their 4 midfielders with Playa up top. So I don't recall how different that is from their normal lineup, or that is different from their normal lineup. I know it's 3 seasons in, it's going to be different from their in real life lineup, but we have a lot going on. We need to get these points because we're actually pretty close to West Ham in the table. I feel we can do it. Let's see how well they cooperate as Kane gets down the middle. He tries to pass it in between to Steven Bergwijn, but Pizzella takes the pass away from us. They try to go directly downfield, and we just go something. I'm still working on getting my sleep back because of I edited a video last night up until 3:30 in the morning. So that's not something that you typically do. So I'm still working on getting my energy back. Hopefully Spurs start with a little bit more energy than I am right now. Zakaria gets forward to Kane. I had seen the run, but it kind of closed down on me a little too quickly. I keep trying to find space to see if maybe I can get a cheeky like outside the box goal or something, but they keep closing me down too much. I've been hot and cold with Harry Kane this season, actually this entire series, just because his pace isn't what the other ones are. As Felipe Anderson gets around this man, Zakaria's there to clean up our mess though, and we could be going back forward. Lo Celso's getting forward. Speaking of which, oh. We had space over to Bergwijn. Come on, run onto that, Kane. We had space over to Bergwijn, but we passed it in the wrong direction. Iranje is threatening the edge of our box, but Lo Celso is there to, cover us defensively. We have our front three forward as per usual, and we might be able to get in on the counter. No, West Ham are a little bit too solid at the back for me. But I saw their three center backs were pretty tight in. Or they look like they're pretty tight in on paper, so I might need to widen this lineup up. It depends on how we do here in the next couple of minutes. And Ndombele gets tackled well. It looked like he was fouled, but apparently he wasn't. Playa gets back to Souček, who tries to go forward, and it's a poor pass easily covered by Ricardo. Waiting for the run by Kane. If he can get past his man, he does, but we lead him a little bit too far wide. We're going to have to cut that back in. Oh, Bergwijn does well. Can he get it around the goalkeeper? He cannot. Fabianski saves us well. But that is a corner for us, so West Ham aren't out of the woods yet. I'm going to put some pace on this. Kane does terribly because I'm the one controlling his header. Let's also back heels to Zakaria, and the West Ham defense tightened up pretty well. Trying to work it forward. See Bergwijn in a little bit of space and see if he can back heel it to Kane. Kane tried to put a shot through, but it was blocked well. And West Ham, they're definitely a little bit too solid down the middle for me, and I may have to widen up. They do lob forward to Playa, and they actually try to get to Felipe Anderson, but Ricardo does well to get the ball away from him before he can get away. Still 0-0, almost the end of the half, and it's looking more and more like I'm going to need to widen up. Run Reguilon. He had space, and they've left Kane completely out in the open. Bergwijn does well to get to Son, who tries to shoot, and we are blocked again. Frustrating. We're in the injury time now, and we foul Oliveira. So I did make that change, and we're back out wide to a 4-3-3. See if we can, again, like I said before, see if we can open up the defense a little bit. I did make a substitution. I brought on... hold on. They were playing advantage there. I brought on Tonali, and I moved Zakaria back. See if we can get even more pace than we usually have. Play us forward. Strakosha saves the cross that they try to put forward. I'm going to try to get going quick because I want to get forward before they have time to get all their defenders back. And Under does well to bring that ball down. Shields us away from it and heads down to the corner. He has Reguilon draped all over him. I'm trying to get around him. Strakosha probably didn't need to say that. It looked like I was heading for the post, but I'd be happier with him being cautious than trying to be a little bit over optimistic there. Ricardo does well to break up the cross, and Felipe Anderson ends up on the other end of it. Son's covering him, and if I could get a tackle in, we could have been away. Play is down, and he passes it forward to Under, and they're working my right side again. I feel like every team has been working the left side of my defense with their right wings. And that's been that way for the better part of a couple seasons. I wonder if the AI doesn't have as much confidence in Reguilon as I do. Doesn't matter, though. Waiting for a run over on this side. I thought we had it, but Bergwijn didn't run quite as quickly as I would have wanted him to, so we're going to have to be a little bit more patient trying to get this forward. And Zacharias passes forward to Lo Celso. I'm seeing runners, but there's really not anything to get past their back five. Kane does end up with the ball, and I may have to pull off a worldie here just because, yeah, they're not giving me any room to work. They're defending well. I'm just going to have to play offense a little bit better, and that's not how you do it. That might be how you do it. No. It's a foul on us, unfortunately. After that free kick to West Ham, the ball's been bouncing around a little bit without too much actually going on. Souček's pushing forward, but Ndombele is all over him. Trying to go inside. Looks like they might be trying to take us wide, too. Zakaria didn't do too well for us when he was playing more of a center back role, but I'm going to see if I can get this forward well before I finish that thought. But I'm going to have faith in him just because I want that extra pace in the middle. Zakaria comes forward from the center back position, and Lo Celso's got 2 people draped all over him. That must be the phrase for this match. Bergwijn sees the overlap by Ricardo, and we might finally be in business. I'm going to hoof it across, and the cross is actually a little bit too close to Fabianski, and that sees us losing another chance. Still 0-0 with 15 minutes left. Kane, get to that. Kane, get to that. Tackle it off of him. He does well to block the pass. It ends up with Ndombele. Can we get that? Nope. Oh, lucky goal for us. I'm going to go celebrate anyway. Poor luck for West Ham. I actually feel a little bit sorry for him. The ball bounced around. Fabianski initially saved our shot, but I believe it bounced back off Kane. And, oh, poor guy. It bounced off one of their defenders ended up for an own goal. Unlucky, mate. I'm not comfortable with the 1-0 lead. Hashtag Arsenal match, but especially if I'm doing that. I feel like I did well there to not overcommit on the defensive side. Under falls back, and we concede a free kick in a fairly dangerous spot. I feel like that's not the worst spot in the world, but I've given up weirder ones. Ronje is off. I'm not sure who comes on for him. It's their number 10. I'm not sure who that is now at this point in the save. Get that out of here, Zakaria. I'm going to have to look off screen because I'm not sure who came on for him. I didn't look at their bench. Oh, major overcommitment on my part. Oh, Strakosha saves me. Thank you, Strakosha, that he puts it out for a corner. And I'm going to have to give him an extra Christmas present for that save. No! And exhale. Kane didn't win the header, and we might have one more chance for West Ham. We will, because they're in the final third. Going to get aggressive here. Be aggressive, Freckles. Oh, one more corner. Tighten up your bootstraps. Hold on, I'm going to get a little cheeky here. Now after that, put Upamecano on too. I am not giving up this lead. No way, no how. No, sir, that's not going to happen. Am I bringing on 5 center backs? Absolutely. I am bound and determined to get this out of here. Center backs on. How in the actual how can you give up a goal like that with 5 center backs? We draw to West Ham 1-1 with 7 defenders in the box. I'm done. Serenity now. Serenity now. Serenity. We draw out of West Ham, which sees us stay in 7th place behind West Ham and behind Arsenal and behind Chelsea. That's just ducky, isn't it? 7 defenders, and I still give up a goal at the last second for the 2nd match in a row. We do have some good news. Dele Alli is going to be coming back. Between he and Højbjerg coming back, maybe we can have. I am so mad. I wish I could accurately convey, I wish I could tell you exactly how much that ticks me off. We'll get forward. We'll rework our squads around because we have Ali and Højbjerg back, setting up scouting networks, blah, 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 blah. So yay for me. We're going to move forward. We have I think the next match on the docket is going to be, after a little bit of a break, it's going to be the Crystal Palace. I'm going to go ahead and advance through that to get over there for a quick sim. I'll let you know which lineup I'm using, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we're up to this Crystal Palace match, which we're going to be simming. Højbjerg wants to chat with me after all that. Hey, boss, want to let you know I'm 100% recovered. I hope you might find a room for me in the team today. Let's see. Look forward to seeing you play. We'll be rotating a little bit anyway. He is back down to an 83, which is unfortunate, which is probably more to do with his need to recover, which is fine and completely understandable. So, actually, I'll be doing a little bit of a rotation here. Not too terribly much of a rotation, to be honest with you. The Crystal Palace are doing a 4-4-2 with Gaeta at the back, with Robocho, Sacco, Cahill, and Conti as their back 4. Their mid 4 is Ezi, Kouyaté, Milivojevic, and Diogo Dalot. Really? As the right mid. Then they have Martinez and Mitrovic as their top two. I'm going to do a quick sim. Hopefully this turns out better than the last one did because I need the points in the worst way. 3-0 win against Crystal Palace. I am happy with that. So happy with that. Kane had a goal disallowed, but he did score a brace. And he scored a brace, and Son scored the first goal. Kane actually got a yellow card too. He's doing everything out there for me. But 3-0 win for us. I will take that sitting down. That does me very well. Leeds beat Brighton 5-1 for Brighton. And we're back in the Europa League after that. I want to take a look at the table real quick. Not the Europa League table. I want to take a look at the Premier League table, see where we're sitting after that. We're up to 6th. You Brits say 6th, weird. We're up to 6th. We are a point out of 4th place and only 3 points out of 2nd place. There's a chance, but we can't be dropping too many more points in the league if we want to catch up with Manchester United at all. I'll do a little bit of a rotation, and I'll rotate it because I want to save some of our players for the match against Newcastle United coming up. So I'm going to go off screen and do that. Next time you see me, we'll be doing the lineups for this Europa League match against Anderlecht. Come on, you Spurs. And Anderlecht with manager Vincent Kompany, who welcome back to the forefront. They're rocking a 4-3-3, and the one we want to talk about mostly is Mustafa Bundu, their right winger, who's, according to the announcers, has scored 4 in his last 3 matches in the Europa League. Or how is that overall? I'm not sure. We are rocking our 4-3-3. Yeah, 4-3-3 with Strakosha at the back. We have Ramos and Upamecano as our center back pairing with Ori on the right side. Højbjerg is in, and Ali is making his debut after being injured in the last season, and Lozano is going to be on the right wing. So that's the extent of our rotation. I, again, feel unfortunate for our Europa League opponent who has to deal with a little bit of frustration on our part after the way the last match ended up. Anderlecht's trying to work down the left side there with against Aurier and Lozano with their guy, who I'm going to enjoy trying to say his name, Mikalichenko, I believe that's how you say his name. Amuzu has it. He tries to pass inside, and Ndombele does well to block. However, we leave Amuzu back in the middle unmarked, and we are still under a little bit of pressure from Anderlecht. Again, Mikalichenko is on the left side against Hirving Lozano, and he passes it back inside. Not terrible football, but they're not doing a lot to actually attack our box. And at the same time, though, I can't release the pressure over here. Kind of like a wart. It's just kind of there. We've seen that run go through, and Dele passes it forward to Ndombele, and we could be in. We may have to hold this up and wait for some support here. Gonna get that back outside, Hirving Lozano, and see if we can get away from our man here. Looking for a spot to try to cut that in. I try to cut that back, but but they read that I passed it to Aurier, who was severely offside. Oh, well, that's our attack done, and Anderlecht has a free kick. After the free kick, we have a throw-in taken by Hirving Lozano. We're going to see if we can work down this right side here with Hirving Lozano. He does well. I'm going to try to cut it back in around the man. A little bit more successful. And maybe Dele might be able to curve it around the center back. He cannot. It's well blocked. And Vlap's powering forward as I misjudged with Region, who's having to recover completely to get back to Bundu, who's their main goal scorer right now. They're working down this right, my left side, their right side now. Vlap tries to cross it in, and it's blocked by Upamecano, who sends it out for a corner. Mustafa Bundu is going to be sending this in for a corner kick. We nearly gave up a classic goal there, but Vlap was a little bit wide of the top corner. We're getting pressed high here by Anderlecht. Højbjerg might be getting in if we can. Yes, Kane's going to go super wide. Oh, and we just missed it. Oh, I skipped the replay, unfortunately, just out of habit of trying to hurry up. But I was curious to see exactly how close he was from there. If he's not too terribly far away, I may use him more in a sniper role from there. Aurier cuts in from Amuzu. Sounds a lot like Amuzu from Batman. Anyway, he cuts in and leaves Amuzu unmarked. Thankfully, Anderlecht don't really attack too terribly well. I was trying to go back to Aurier, and the game wouldn't let me, and Ndombele gets the ball away from Amuzu, and Lozano goes back and recovers. And we're giving up a lot of possession, and that's making me nervous. That's happened a lot, where I just kind of let them hold it, and we end up Jose Mourinhoing Leeds away. They try to get inside, and Region tries to clear it out. He's successful in doing so, but it's only as far as Murillo, so we are still in a little bit of trouble over here. Murillo passes over to Bundu, who eases it over to Colin. They're still doing well. I'm still doing poor to get the ball away from him. Let's try attacking with Ramos, who does well with the sliding tackle, and we could counter here. Deli's trying to get forward to Kane. Popov, one of their center backs, does well, and I'm a little annoyed with that. I'm a little annoyed with this 0-0 score. Højbjerg might have saved me there. There's loads of space for Irving Lozano, but Kane's pass was poor. It was terrible. Left a lot of space for them to recover defensively, and we gave up a golden opportunity for a goal there. I'm going to have to see if I can change that in the second half. We've given up 70% possession. Our pass is blocked again. Aurier overcommits and leaves a load of space. Go get that, Højbjerg. I'm starting to get a little bit upset with this. This performance is bad, and it's still 0-0. We had to go back. Oh, and he's offside. Yeah, Irving Lozano was offside. Or Sambi Lakonga, and they're bringing off Colin, who was fairly decent in the middle for him. Speaking of fairly decent, there was Ramos with the great interception. He's not as fast as my other center backs, but he is definitely solid. Why are you crashing in there, Aurier? I don't know. Region should be able to get to that. No! Oh my gosh! Why does this keep happening to me? Why? A quick little note, I brought on Giovanni Lo Celso instead of Højbjerg. We are going to a more attacking 4-3-3, see if we can get this going. And immediately, thank the Lord, we're going to get a pass with Kane. Oh my gosh! Scuffy for Anderlecht saves us well, or saves them well. Let's see if we can get this in a little bit closer to their keeper. Was that off Kane? No, it was off of Michalachenko. We have another shot at another corner. We're going to do that same routine, see if we can get this close to the keeper. No, it's blocked up, but only as far as Irving Lozano. Upamecano tried to get it, and was unsuccessful in doing so. We're going to get countered here if we're not careful. Brown has it. What can Brown do for you? And we try to get the ball over to Ndombele, and we are in a shambles. Going to have to pull something out of my hat just to get a point out of this, and that is just unfortunate to say the least. Lozano has it, but Vasin blocks his pass well. Still 1-0 Anderlecht, and I am getting more and more angry. Vlaps forward again. I really don't understand, and this isn't even like me trying to overreact. I'm actually mad at this. Why? Why are we losing 2-0 to Anderlecht? Why? I guess this needs to be a wake-up call or something for us. 2-0 Anderlecht with 15 minutes left. Trying to get it around with Kane here, who has somehow lost his ability to figure out where he needs to run. Oh my gosh, Michalachenko blocks us, and I can't be bothered right now. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing to be losing 2-0 to Anderlecht? No disrespect to Anderlecht at all. They're just going to be kicking it around the back now because they don't need to be doing anything else. I don't get it. I seriously don't get it. Anderlecht are actually toying with me. Oh my gosh, and I have another pass that's off. So last minute, can we at least get a goal to, make ourselves feel better about ourselves? Lozano's forward. Are we going to get a stat padding goal for Kane? We might at this rate. We're going to try to cut that back into Dele Alli, and that's going to be the end of the match. Let's just watch it happen. 2-0. I have no words. I have no words for why we're losing 2-0 to Anderlecht. Let's go back, pull ourselves up our bootstraps, and let's go get a win in against Newcastle, shall we? Criminy, I wish, I've said this a few times this match, I wish I could tell you how much I am upset with my team right now. We have a email about development for Lo Celso, and at this point, whatever, fine. He's great, he's wonderful. If only he could actually do something when it matters! Along with the rest of this squad. Sell all of them for all I care at this point. We do have a match against Newcastle United, which will be simming. Unfortunately, we are only going to be able to... We're just going to have to go with a couple players being, tired. We're basically full strength and full fitness at this point. So, it's not the worst thing in the world. We are coming up against a 4-4-2 with Newcastle, who are 11th place in the league. We need the points to try to get back up into European spots, but at this point, we're not looking very good for any trophies at all. I'm probably overreacting a little bit for the Europa League, but that's... Lineup for Newcastle United is going to be Dubravka at the back with Tagliafico, Hidalgo Gomez, Bartra, and Manquillo as their back four. They have Ryan Fraser, Danzi Khedira, and Atsu as their mid four, with Hamdallah and Willian Jose heading up their strike partnership up top. We have our normal lineup working over here. I'm going to do a quick sim, 3-2-1. Let's see if we get the points we need. We have a 3-1 win against Newcastle United. That sees us doing well in the league. So it's a little bit less doom and gloom. Irving Lozano scored a goal 6 minutes after coming on for Kane, and Bergwijn scored the third goal in the 64th minute. Who was the first one? Son in the third minute scored the first goal for us. So GG's to us. And where does that put us in the league? We're up to 5th now. We're only 9 points behind Manchester United for the league lead. So we're going to have to go on quite a run of form, but it's still not out of the realm of possibility that we win the Premier League title this year. Oh, frustrating matches that we're playing in person so far. I forget who the last match is. Chelsea, away. That's great. It's wonderful. We'll be playing at Stamford Bridge. I'm going to get some training out of the way. If anything interesting happens, I'll let you know. Otherwise, we're going to go straight to Stamford Bridge, and we're going to finish out this episode, hopefully, with 3 points that we scored ourselves. And Chelsea's lineup against us is going to be Kepa at the back, with the back four of Reece James, Davinson Sanchez, welcome back, Hummels and Gaia. Have Fabian and Kante holding for them, with a front three of Correa, Havertz, Pulisic, being led by Timo Werner, who scored 4 goals in his past 3 matches. Oh, welcome back, Davinson. Not quite traitorous, but I'd be hard-pressed to be bringing any Chelsea players over here, so more power to him. We sold him in the first season. I'm kind of regretting that right now, to be honest with you. Oh, no matter all the center backs we brought in, they've all managed to scuff it at just the right time, which is unfortunate for me, but really fortunate for our opponents in most cases. Our only change for our lineup is bringing on Ramos for Eder Militao. We're going to be trying out a center back combination of Ramos and Skriniar. Chelsea are second right now. If we win, we will tie them. So a lot riding on this match, which usually means I'm going to bottle it. Hopefully I don't. Stay tuned to find out if I do. Come on, Spurs, get yourself sorted. Werner's trying to get forward and passes over to Havertz. Chelsea going out wide to Christian Pulisic, one of the better American players in the save. Yay for American footballers, and not just with American football. Gaia has it and passes over to Pulisic, and we are already a little bit open at the back, but Skriniar covers well. Why I ever don't start him, I don't know. And Ndombele gets tackled by Gaia, and we're back in the same pickle that we were in for most of our matches. We're led off by a goal kick here, but we have got to stop losing possession so easily. That's a big part of our problem the past few matches. Story of our season so far. Havertz going forward, and there's a gaping open penalty box. Skriniar saves us. Yeah. And I am looking about as stable at the back as something that's unstable. Insert your joke here. Lo Celso's getting forward, but our path to goal is cut off fairly quickly there. Zakaria gets it. Son tries to go through to Bergwijn. We almost got it away, but Matt Hummels kicks it away for us. Zakaria goes forward to Son. Tries to go across to Kane, and Fabian intercepts our pass well. 0-0. And I need this win. We need to start scoring now. Free kick to Chelsea after Skriniar crunches Timo Werner. Okay, I see. At least he's out there trying for me. Win this header, please. Ricardo Pereira wins it, and Bergwijn ends up with the ball. Do we have the space to get forward? We do. Except Son tries a little bit too hard to get forward as quickly as possible, and Kante tackles him. Fabian has it and passes back to Davinson Sanchez, the former Spurs man. And we are in trouble. Kante gets forward, passes over to the left side. I'm trying not to foul him. I'm successful in doing so. Hey, Gaia tries to get around me, and Skriniar is earning himself a whole big mess of a bonus coming up. Can I get it over to Kane? No, Reece James gets it away from us. Oh, I try to get cheeky. I probably should have just tried to score with Bergwijn there. Reece James hasn't. He's at the corner of our 18-yard box. And once again, I am losing all sorts of possession. Skriniar, just, do you want a car? Do you want, like, a watch? Do you want a glass of milk? I don't know what he wants, but he's going to get whatever he wants after what he's doing for our defense. Bergwijn gets forward, and I see the run by Son. Can I time it? Nope. Offside. Still 0-0 after 35 minutes, and after a couple of things, Fabian has the ball, and Sergio Ramos is way far forward out of position. And Harry Kane is way far back out of position. We're just everywhere and not much going on. Can I get it to Kane? Kane gets it around Matt Hummels, and that should be it. Can we get it? Yes, we can. We get it between... Sorry for my lapse in talking there. We got it between Davinson Sanchez and Kepa. For a 1-0 lead for us. That's good. The one time Kane actually makes a run forward, we score a goal. Imagine that. Thank you, Kane. He gets around Hummels well. And Davinson Sanchez tries to recover, and he's nearly successful in doing so. But Kane just shoots it one step before Sanchez can get there, and we are one step ahead of Chelsea. Good football from Chelsea happening right now. Pulisic's forward. We try to get it to Werner. They try to get it to Werner, and he rockets the shot past Strakosha into the top corner to equalize in injury time with the final kick of the first half. We were a little back and forth off screen. We're a little back and forth in the middle of the pitch. I had a couple of chances to get it away from him and was unsuccessful in doing so. Oh, Ramos got out of the way of that one. Bruh, come on, dude. Like, he was trying to get his arm out of the way. I understand, and I'm a little upset, to be honest with you, but at the same time, I can't fault them too terribly much because that was just a rocket from Timo Werner. Equalize, that's his third goal in the league, and that should see us at the end of the half, unless I can get forward here real quick. We tried to get it around Conte, and we were unsuccessful, and that's the end of the half. We're working on getting forward. I see the overlap by Ricardo, and we're trying to work with that, and Domley gets inside to Zakaria, and the Blues defense has clamped down on me. Bergwijn gets it back outside to Reguilon, who gets back forward to Bergwijn, but we're cut off, and Chelsea could counter as Conte's huffing forward with Heung-min Son hot at his heels. Havertz gets sandwiched a little bit. Oh my gosh. My passing has been horrific this episode. We'll just call it as it is. Guy is going forward down the side. And let's get that in. Oh, I thought Werner got that to the near post, and I was about to throw my controller. Kane's getting forward. Going to go try to get it to Lo Celso. Get it around the man. He's successful in doing so. Can we cross that over? It gets blocked, but only as far as Lo Celso. Going to try to turn around. We had the open shot there, but Kepa saves us well. Yeah, and that was destined for the lower corner, except Kepa did very well to save that. Chelsea have just done a substitution. Correa's off for Januzaj? I don't know how to say that. We'll call him Jan. Try to get this in for the head of Harry Kane, and it is blocked for us. These headers aren't working. I'm going to try to go close and see if we can get some... Oh, okay, or I'm just going to go straight to Reece James there. We do end up with the ball afterwards. We'll see if I can set up an offense here. Bergwijn goes back to Sergio Ramos. We've got to breathe and collect ourselves a little bit. We'll go forward to Zakaria, who has... is that Conte on him? I was like, don't touch that, son. He had Conte. And I tried to pass to the guy that wasn't, shall we say, who wasn't offside, but EA is like, nah, let's pass to the guy that's offside. That sounds fun. Havertz gets completely around Sergio Ramos. They try to go forward, but Strakosha does well for me. They're still far forward, so I'm going to see if I can kick it past them. And we're only going to get as far back as Guy, who's just happy to let that out for a throw. We're going to make a quick sub. I'm going to do something a little bit risky. I'm going to take Harry Kane off for Lozano. Move Lozano. Son and Bergwijn. No. We're going to do that. Okay, we're going to set it up like this. Lozano up front with Son and Bergwijn. We're just going to do nothing but pace up front. I'm going to put an instruction on all of them. Get in behind, get in behind, get in behind. We're going to say, Chelsea, anything you can do, I can do better. We're going to send all of them behind. We're going to make their center backs work a little bit. ZH is on for Chelsea too. And we're leaving holes at the back, but yeah, Pulisic's all by himself over here. Skriniar's covering him though. He goes back to Gaia. Crunching tackle, and this might be us countering. They left loads of space, and Skriniar is on a run all the way up the pitch. If he can go forward to Son, which he does, I might be able to get this in for... Oh, it's clear in front of an open goal. We nearly got it into Zakaria, of all people. We had Zakaria and Skriniar working on us. Sanchez tries to get the ball around Son. He's successful. And he tries to get to Reece James. Still 10 minutes left. Still 1-1. And is that going to get out? That is going to get out. Going to be a quick throw in for us. Guy is going to be out for... Is that Azpilicueta? No. Don't keep your comments to yourselves. I apologize for whoever that was. Number 21 for Chelsea is Brendan Chilwell. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm seeing people nearly getting in behind. They're trying to get me to overcommit on a tackle. And it's nearly working. Conte gets... We almost fouled Conte. We almost fouled Werner, but we didn't. And could this be our counter? See if we can get it. I'm waiting for space. Runners. See if we can get this over to... James intercepts our pass, and we only have 2 minutes left. Give me the ball. 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 They're working down this right wing here, and I hate when the AI do this. They're just like holding it, and they're really not interested in attacking at all. Do something, AI. Give me a chance here. Bergwijn, if he has the space, he can't get around Hummels. He can't get around Hummels, and we're going to end up drawing again. Zakaria gets it forward, and we might have one more chance here. Ndombele gets forward. Run, Ndombele. Run, somebody. Get the ball. Oh, no, that's going to be us drawing. Frustrating final few minutes. Frantic final few minutes. And I wish I had a water because I've been yelling most of this episode. My gosh. I want to look at the match stats and see if we're at least even there or if we got away with one, or see what happened there. The only goal scored by us was Harry Kane. The match facts show that it was probably pretty even and a pretty fair score, to be quite frank. I'm tempted to restart. I'm not going to restart. But on possession, they had a little bit of an edge over us, but just on shots, it was an even match, and that they deserved the point. Unfortunately, I'm just frustrated that they got one. Progress assessment from the board. We're mad at you. I see, financially, whatever. Kang Lee has a transfer offer from Crystal Palace. I'm not going to be able to do anything else with them, except that's great. We'll see you later, Kangan Lee. Zachary, position change option. Is he going to be back to CDM? I think he's going to end up back officially to a CDM at this point, which I'm happy with. Welcome back to the CDM ranks Zakaria with Tonali and Højbjerg and Oliver Skip and Harvey White and all the people. I'm going to send this training, and I'm going to do my outro while we're finishing up the training and getting forward to Anderlecht. Thank you so much for watching and for putting up with my yelling the entire time. If you like this episode and you want to see more of my misery because we're not doing as well as we should, make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any further episodes. I think I calculated we probably have about 9 or 10 left, depending on how things go with transfer windows and whatnot. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you later. Mwah! Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.